Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana. And we are in the A+ multi-vendor event, and February is almost over, so that means this whole event is almost over. And I haven't shared everything with you, but there's no way to just share everything within 1 month. So I'm sure I'll be back, and then I can share some more with you. So today I wanted to share with you some two-step stamping. So I've asked you up above if you're on Facebook, and down below if you're on YouTube, what does two-step stamping make you think of? Does it make you think of country western dancing, you know, two-stepping? I love two-stepping. Or does it make you think that you have to stamp twice? Or double stamp, or what? Let me know what you think two-step stamping means, and then I'm going to show you what two-step stamping means. So let's go ahead and switch over. This is one of, ooh, that's kind of bright, isn't it? Let's see if we can dim it up a bit. There we go. All right, so this is one of the sets that if you purchase $100 or more, you can get this set. It's this stamp set, which is a photopolymer set. It comes on a piece of acetate, and then I attach it here myself so that I know whether I've got all my stamps back in here. All right, hi Missy, hi Covina. And so then this is the embossing folder that comes with it. All right, so we're going to use both of these today to make a card. I said from scratch, but I already had some stuff cut, so I went ahead and used that. So here's my scrap paper. But we have, let me set these aside. We have our envelope, and then we have a piece of berry burst that is cut 4 by 5 1/4. And then the white card base is 4 1/4. Hold on, 4 by 5 1/4. Now I wasn't sure if I said that right. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And this is our thick white cardstock. And so I will use my bone folder that's not in here. So I will use my thumbnail. Oh, it's over there. All right, well, I'll just use my thumbnail. It helps. The bone folder is much better. All right, let's go ahead and zoom in here a little bit for you. All right, so we have this. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to run this through the embossing folder. So the embossing folder is what gives us the texture. We've talked about embossing folders. I'm pretty sure it's this group. See, I've done so many different places now that I'm losing track. I need to do a better job keeping track. So we're going to run that through this. So let's move this out of the way, and let's bring in our embossing machine. This is our Stampin' Cut and embossing machine. I guess I need to zoom out a little bit because it's really close. All right. So with the 3D, this is a 3D embossing folder. It's thicker. You can't really bend it much. So you're going to take plate 1, then your embossing folder with your paper inside, and then plate 4 and stick it on top. And then we're going to run it through. No electronics needed, just a little bit of elbow grease. You just ordered this, it should be here tomorrow. The Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or the softly sophisticated stamp set, which one? All right, and then we have this awesome, look at that pattern. Isn't that great? I love that pattern. And it's all textured, all right, with like little dots. It looks like little dots. All right, so we're gonna do that. And then while we have our machine out, we're going to use 2 of our scalloped contours dies to cut out what we need for the front of the card. So we're going to do this one for the image and this one for the sentiment. But now we need plate 1 because it tells you right here what your sandwich is. So plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, Then you put your paper, then your dies, then your other plate 3. So plate 1 and plate 3, then our paper, then this die and this die, and then another plate 3 on top, so you have a smooth surface, and then you wait until it catches, grab a hold of this, and then use a little bit of elbow grease to wind it through. See, I love this. There's no computer program to figure out. It's just a little bit of elbow grease on my part, and I can handle that. So now we've cut out these dies. All right, so we have this one, and we have this one. So I'll put those back. All right, and then we'll move this machine out of the way, and let's do some stamping. All right, so I have some Berry Burst and some Granny Apple Greens. This is one of my favorite color combinations. Those colors are so bright and they go together. It's funny, when I first started using Stampin' Up! Products, I was really attracted to the Regals, which are kind of your royal colors, your deeper colors. And then in the past couple of years, I've just really been drawn to the brights. I don't know if it's me just getting older that I'm more drawn to the brights. I would have thought it might have been the other way around, but I have been totally drawn to the brights. We're going to go ahead and put this on here like this. And I like to use the multi-purpose glue, the liquid glue. I think it works the best, and it gives me some wiggle room. All right, I like a little bit of wiggle room so that I can line things up better. All right, because now I want to center it on here, and if I get it a little wonky, it gives me a little bit of time to make sure I have it centered the way I want it. So there's that card. Oh, there we go. You can see the texture. Doesn't that look so cool? I love it. And it comes together. It comes, the stamp set and the embossing folder come together. The stamp set, okay, so you get the stamp set and the embossing folder. That's awesome. All right, we don't need those yet. We'll set this aside now. And then we're going to bring in our stamps. So I like to peel this piece of plastic off. You don't want to throw this away. You can get rid of, or I usually hang on to the acetate that this comes in to use for shaker cards. But you want to keep this because it protects them from getting hairy and dusty and all that kind of stuff. So let's see. I'm going to use, we're going to just use this. With the photopolymers, because they are wiggly, I like to just lay it down. Oops. I like to lay it down on paper and pick it up with my stamp set. All right, and then I need this one. I haven't even used this yet, so let's see how it turns out. I'm going to practice on some scratch paper, because that's what I highly recommend, is that you practice on scratch paper before you do it on your cardstock. So we're going to do that because I haven't even played with these stamps yet. And then I'm going to use the hello there. All right, that I know I can stamp. And I'm going to do it in the Berry Burst. So the first time you want to just kind of prime your stamps. They're nice and clear. So I know I can do it on here. No problem. Hello there. I love that. Just simple. Hello there. All right, and now of course it doesn't look, when I stamp it, it looks really dark, but it really is this color. All right, it will all match. Now I want to practice the two-step stamping. So the two-step stamping means that you have two parts to it. All right, so we're going to stamp this like that, and then you see there's empty spaces there. Well, that's where the flowers come in. And let me make sure, I'm going to just cheat and look at this real quick so I can make sure which direction the flowers go. Okay, so the little one on top. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't quite sure. All right, so you're going to Let me just look again. All right, see, that's what the catalogs are for. They help you. Okay, so this little piece looks like it goes into this little groove right here. Let me zoom in for you. All right, so this little flower bit right here goes into this little bulb part. Okay, so you're looking right here. So that means the top flower is connecting here and the bottom flower is connecting here. And that's what you do. You use these books, they're idea books, and they also let you know, how do you use these stamps? Because sometimes you look at them and you're like, how's it go together? Well, use the book. Keep the book. I always keep all my catalogs and brochure. Whoops, wrong one. That way I know how to do it. All right, so this one goes over there. That one goes over there. And not quite. That's still, whoop. Here we go. So we're going to practice one more time. Stamp that. And the nice thing, because you can see through, you can get it in the right place. So I'm closer, I'm a little bit off, because it should be, is it touching? No, it's not quite touching. So I did get it spot on that one. All right, so now I am ready to do it on here. All right, so I want to do it here. And I'm gonna do one down here. All right, and then, and if you don't get it spot on, it's okay, because nobody but you will know. All right, there we go. Oh yes, that looks beautiful. Now what I want is I want more on there. All right, so I'm going to stamp again, but this time I want it coming. Oh, I just did it in the wrong color. Whew, darn. All right, my chamois are not wet, so I have to use this. Did you see that? I just put my leaves in my berry burst. Shame, 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 shame. That's what happens when you have them sitting close together. Normally, I have one over here with my flowers there and then my leaves there. That way, I know, see, which stamp goes with which, but I didn't do that, so I ended up putting ink. But because this is a darker color, it should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. All right, let's do that. Let's try this again. All right, so now I want it to come from the other way. You know, it's gonna go a little higher, so I'm gonna pull it a little bit back. All right, and then ink that up. And there we go. So I kind of have some falling flowers and I kind of have it going at a diagonal. So I'm going to move these out of the way so I don't drop something in it. You know what? I think I want to just cover this. I'm going to just cover it, kind of making my own DSP out of it. I think I'm just going to cover it. All right. So I'm just going to do that right there. And then again, over here, and then fill it in. Whoops, wrong one. See, I keep grabbing the wrong one. All right, and all right, there we go. Now I wish I'd pulled that one down, but that's okay, because nobody knows but you and me, right? Nobody knows but you and me. All right, so now we're going to put this on our card using, I think, no, I'm going to do it like that. we're going to use dimensionals on our card to pop this up. Put this in the middle. I am not a fan of a lot of white. That is why I covered this, because I don't know what it is. I just like things covered. And like white card bases, I don't do that very often because it's too much white for me. But I think in this case it warranted it because we're just stamping on it. So I'm actually going to put this up over here to the side a little bit. And then we're going to put dimensionals on this. But I'm just going to do dimensionals here and here. And then this is going to have a spot of glue because it's going to be over here. And the reason I'm only putting dimensionals on the side is where it hangs off. Actually, I think I only needed one, because 2 would be too many. It's not long enough. So we'll put a little bit of glue here also. And so we want it to just be flush. So there. There we go. So now I can hide that corner, and nobody knows that it didn't go all off the page like that. So look, hello there. All right, so then I brought over the brush brass butterflies. Say that one 10 times fast. Brush brass butterflies. So everyone put BBB for brushed brass butterflies. Yeah, I'm having fun saying that, but I'm not going to try and say it fast because I know it's going to get all messed up, and I don't want to say a bad word, just in case. All right, so we're going to do a butterfly right here and a little butterfly over here, and then we'll do another butterfly right here. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to make another card for me because this one is being given away. All right, so let's bring our scratch paper back in here, and let's do something with the inside because that's a lot of white. And June cannot handle that much white. So we're going to do some more stamping, except this time I'm going to use the other flowers. We're just going to use the same colors. So we have these flowers, or those stems, and these flowers. And we'll pick up that with that, and that with that. We're going to test it out here. All right, like that, pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it twice. And then, how do those go? Let's double check, because it shows you those as well, doesn't it? No, it does not. Oh yeah, it does the blue ones down there. All right, yep, it goes that way. All right, so just about. All right, ooh, I like that. Those are cute. Okay, so then we're gonna bring our card in, and on the inside, I'm going to, whoops, where's our scratch paper? Because I like to kind of go off the paper like this, and then I'm gonna stamp it again like that, and then we're going to bring in this one like that, and then, oh, okay, we got to stamp off because that one went off some, and that way it looks like some of them are coming from behind. All right, so that just gives it a little more color than just having that white there. If there was just like a little leaf, I would do more, but everything's all connected. So then we have our envelope, and we're going to, I'm going to do something a little different. We're going to bring back our machine, and we're going to emboss the flap. That's another one of my little favorites, because what do people do when they get their envelopes? Well, they tear them open, right? So I don't necessarily do, I'll use some designer series paper on my envelope flaps. But I also, if I'm using an embossing folder, I like to stick my embossing folder in here, close it, run it through. This time we're going to have to run it through sideways so that it fits. Here we go. And then the flap, I just sent my stamp case flying onto the floor. And then look how cool that flap looks like. And the glue still works. So if you use an embossing folder on your card, then I tend to emboss the envelope flap. All right, not the whole envelope. You don't want to emboss the whole envelope, just the flap. And that gives it that little decorative design that coordinates with your card. But then if people throw it away, you haven't like wasted anything. All right, but really you can't think about what people might do. Okay, so we have this cute little card. It will go into the collection. I didn't do the Saturday night, ended up being just off kind of night. So I will be doing the bingo on Wednesday. So make sure you get your bingo numbers in. We're doing the bingo on Wednesday, and then I will also do a drawing, and that's tomorrow night. I will also do a drawing for the cards from the past 2 weeks. I'll just do two names and divvy up the cards. All right, and this will be one of them. I may have to go make this card again for myself because it's super cute. I really like that, and I love the simple hello there. All right, what else was in the set? Whew. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Threw that on the ground. Let's see, what was else in this set? You're in my thoughts. I really appreciate you. So you could do the hello there on the outside, and on the inside, you're in my thoughts, or I really appreciate you, to just kind of add to it. So that's your choice. If you have this stamp set, because I'm sending it to somebody, I'm just going to leave it blank so that you can write in it yourself. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. There is only a little over a week left of Celebration. And remember, Celebration is for every $50 you spend, you get a free item out of the Celebration brochure. Okay, and this more to come, more to celebrate. All right, so lots of options for you to choose from. Some things are for $100. If you spend $100, you get it, like the stamp set I showed you today. That's if you spend $100, you can earn that one. You can get that one as free, or there's plenty of others if you just want to spend $50 to get something free. There's a lot. There's a lot of paper, there's a lot of stamps, a lot of free stuff still available for another 9 days. All right, the 29th of February, we got one extra day this year. The 29th of February is the last day. Come March 1st, there's no more Celebration. So if you've been eyeballing any of the things that I've been using and showing you, please, if you have questions, reach out to me, either direct message me or comment down below. I am happy to answer any of your questions and help you with your order. And tomorrow, besides the bingo, earlier in the day, I'm going to do the bingo in the evening. Earlier in the day, I'm going to do a scrapbook page. Forgot to bring it over here. I'm going to do a scrapbook page with you using this fun Jungle Pals set. It's a die set. Oop, there's a tree that goes with it. We'll be using that. So join me tomorrow morning for a Jungle Pals scrapbook page, and then tomorrow evening for some bingo and prizes. Who doesn't love prizes? I got prizes. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.